And how do you feel about them kind of integrating into the local culture?
It depends. I can only speak for North Americans, like Americans and Canadians, right? I don't know much about people from the UK or from Europe, so I can't make a judgment on them. But I feel like I met some white folks who have been in Asia a lot longer than me, and they don't really put any effort to learn the language. And I think for me, it's kind of pretty frustrating for me because so I went to like Chinese language school, and I met a lot of like Southeast Asian folks, right? Whether it be from Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, Myanmar, right? And for them, like all these immigrants, whether it be in Japan, Korea, or in Taiwan or whatever, like they don't got the privilege to not be able to not be able to learn to not be able to get away from learning a language, right? A lot of white folks here, bro. Like even though we're both minorities, for them it's still a privilege that they're able to get by and communicate what they need in English. While the Southeast Asian folks, they don't got that privilege, and I think a lot of these white folks, they don't really see the value of learning a language. Like in the U.S., like yeah, people tell us to learn a language, but it's always through the lens of like, oh, learn a language because it's good for business, it's good for work, not really because it's worth exploring or like communicate yourself, right? I think a lot of white folks, bro, like especially those from the suburbs, right, that be coming here, they don't really get they don't really get that part. Like they think just because they want the benefits of living abroad and have the bragging rights, but they don't actually want to put in the effort of like learning the language and meeting the locals, especially ones who've been here for a lot more longer than I have.
So you feel they come here, they feel they have a kind of hall pass where they don't really have to learn the language. Whereas kind of the opposite, you see a minority or maybe let's just say a Taiwanese person immigrating to the West America, North America. There is an expectation that on day one you better speak fluent English, right?
Right, yeah. I mean, of course, every group makes their own enclaves, right? It's probably human nature, right? Like, obviously, you have a Chinese international students abroad, probably only making Chinese-speaking groups. You have a Hispanic people make their own groups. So I do get there's a human connection, a human element. I want to be people of your own culture. I guess for me, like, especially specifically in Asia, it's a lot more frustrating because a lot of white folks, right? Like, I mean, let's be real, they kind of put on the pedestal, right? Yeah, regardless. But for the Southeast Asian folks, right, they have to learn the language of whatever country they're in, or they're not able to like get or receive whatever services or whatever needs that they want. For a lot of white folks, you don't have to do that. They just communicate. And yeah, it's gonna be awkward, it's gonna be some struggle, but they could get away with it. And I think I think a lot of them don't are kind of uncomfortable with that.